Hey guys, if you're interested in any figures or figure accessories that I have currently up for sale, go ahead and send me an email. Just go to my channel page on YouTube and go to the About section, click on that, and you'll be able to get in touch with me.
I'm right outside the facility, in pursuit of a net. If it's not on her, it must be in the nest. Once it's in hand, I'll call for extraction.
How's it going, my fellow collectors, and welcome back to my channel for another 1/6 scale figure review. And this time the figure in front of you is the Damtoys Resident Evil 2 Remake Ada Wong figure. This figure is an officially licensed figure by Capcom. Unlike the custom figure that I had of Ada Wong that you guys have seen previously on this channel. So we're going to go ahead and get started with the review, with the first category being the source information. And I've already covered everything that needs to be known about my opinions about the video game. If you guys watch my Damtoys Leon Kennedy review, I basically go over everything I needed to say about the video game on there. But having said that, I did give the video game, the source information, a 10 out of 10. Because I liked it that much. It was that good. And if you want to know the reasons why, just check out that review. And gonna just go over this pose real quick. Basically her first appearance in the video game, when she meets Leon for the first time, presenting herself as an FBI agent. Alright, so that takes care of the source information. Now we're going to move on to the next category. Alright, so now we've made it to the category of packaging, and this packaging is a lot like the classic versions of Leon and Claire, where it's just a image of the character model from the video game. So yeah, I'll just run it down like usual. Front and center, you get that image ripped straight from the video game. And on the top right, it says her name, Ada Wong. And on the bottom, it says Resident Evil 2. And then you get your usual logos. On the bottom left there, the Knots logo. It says Capcom Co., all rights reserved. And on the bottom right, you get the Damtoys logo And then on one side it says Resident Evil 2 with the image from the front wrapped around the side. You can see Kendo's gun shop right there. And on the other side, same thing, except it doesn't have the Resident Evil 2 logo on that side. And on the top, it says Resident Evil 2. And on the bottom, same thing, Resident Evil 2. And then you get the sticker there with the Japanese writing, I believe, which I can't read, unfortunately. And on the back, you get your warnings and stuff that nobody really reads. And then you get your notices and all of the logos from the companies that supported this project. You get knots. And on the very bottom, get the barcode, the Capcom sticker seal of approval, and again, all the logos, knots, Damtoys. So yeah. And then when this one, just like all of the other Resident Evil 2 figures in the line, also opens up to reveal a door, which is attached by Velcro. And once you open it up, you get the window displaying the figure and all of its accessories. It says 1/6 scale collectible figure on the bottom right. And then you get another image of Ada here on the door, which is pretty cool. And then on the very right-hand side of the door, you get the cast and crew responsible for making the figure. So yeah, pretty cool. I don't know if they could have went with a better image of Ada. I mean, she doesn't really appear on any of the covers of the game. It's always just Leon and Claire. So I guess it's cool. I do like the dual images that we get. We get one in the front and one inside the door. So I'll give it an 8 because it's a little bit better than the Leon and Claire classic version boxes, because they didn't have dual images like this one does of the character. So yeah, we'll go with that. All right, so that takes care of the packaging. Now we're gonna move on to the next category. All right, so now we've made it to the category of likeness. And I gotta tell you guys, I am blown away by how accurate they've gotten. I mean, Damtoys. You know, this is definitely a step up from their Leon and Claire figures. Even when you compare it to the Master Team head sculpt that I had, I think this one even blows that one out of the water. You could definitely tell that Damtoys is improving with each figure that comes out. The Master Team head sculpt, it didn't have the makeup that she has around her eyes. But yeah, I gotta say that this is much more accurate than that one. It looks a lot more like her. So, and if you do want to put the sunglasses on her, there's a hairpiece, her bangs here that in front of her face. You there's a extra pair of bangs that you can switch out, so you can fit the sunglasses around her face. So that's cool that they gave us that option. But let me just give you guys a full 360 view. Because I really like this head sculpt. It's great. For one thing, I did not like the voice change that they did from Resident Evil 2 Remake with the new voice that they gave her on the Resident Evil 4 Remake. Yeah. I much rather prefer the voice from this game. So, yeah. For the likeness, I'm going to have to give it a 9 out of 10. Nah, you know what? I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. Because, yeah, they've come a long way. I love this head sculpt. I mean, just like I said, it looks just like her. So there you go, guys. That takes care of the likeness category. Now we're going to move on to the next one. All right, so now we've made it to the category of articulation. And this figure, or this body, is a Fison body. I don't know if Damtoys and TB League did a collaboration on this figure or not, or if they just bought a body from them and decided to use it for mass production of this figure. I don't know. But yeah, it is a silicone body with a metal skeleton. So you can pretty much get whatever articulation you want out of it. But it is highly restrictive because of the outfit. I mean, she is wearing a cocktail dress underneath the trench coat, so plus the trench coat itself does hinder a lot of articulation. So, but we'll start off as usual from the top and work our way to the bottom. So the head is connected with a ball peg, but it does have an adapter like the other Damtoys figures, Leon and Claire. So you can pop the head off really easily. So yeah, 100 degrees all the way around. Really good pivot from side to side. You can go very far. And same with the up and down. She can look down really good and up really, really good too. So there's that. She's got shoulder shrugs, butterfly joints, all of that really good. Double bend elbows, and the wrist joints are connected with metal wrist pegs that are non-detachable. Uh, just like your standard Phison silicone body. That's another thing too. The hands, they're very hard to swap out because I don't know if it's the peg or the hole is too small, so it's a really tight fit. That's what she said. Um, so I suggest you get like a hair dryer or um, boiling hot water, and you know soak them in that, and that'll soften the plastic of the hands, and you'll be able to get them on easier. So, um, and then as we move on to the torso, she's got really good ab crunch, and she leans back very far too. Um, and as far as the swivel on the waist, that's really, really good too. There's no problems with that. Uh, Kicks really far up, really good, and kicks back really good too. She can pretty much do the splits, and double bend knees, and very good ankle articulation as well. She can rock her ankles from side to side really good, and up and down as well. And another thing I like about her ankles is that they manage to hide the gap between the foot and the leg. So that's one thing that other TB League bodies struggle with. There's always a gap between the foot and the leg. So, but Damtoys managed to hide that very well. You can barely see it. So I'm really happy with that. Now, I don't know if she can stand well on her own without a base, because she is wearing high heels. So I wouldn't recommend doing that, because that'll leave the figure very unstable. So I wouldn't try it. But yeah, all in all, very good articulation. The only thing, like I said, is the outfit hinders it a lot. So, she can't kick very far up. Uh, Maybe 40 degrees, I'd say, if that, upward. And then, if she's got the trench coat on like she does right now, um, you can still get her arms in a more or less 90 degrees forward, and in a T pose as well. But I wouldn't go further than that, because you risk ripping the seams of the trench coat. So, and she can go pretty far backwards as well. As you can see, her left arm, that's pretty much as far as it'll go. As you can see, she's already stressing out the seams right there in the armpits. So yeah, just be mindful of the outfit when you're articulating her. The one thing I will say about this body, you can't see it right now with the trench coat on, but she's got a very large butt. So I don't know if she looked like that in the video game. I don't think she did, but Uh, I guess I'm okay with it. I just never realized that she had that big of a butt when I was playing the video game. So, but as when I take off the trench coat, you'll notice a lot more. But yeah. So another thing about the articulation is that if you guys own any TB League bodies, you know that you can't leave them in poses like this for too long with the elbows bent or the knees bent for too long because there's risk of ripping the silicone. So you pretty much have no choice but to leave the figures with face and bodies in neutral poses. So that's one downside to this figure. Um, so that makes the score kind of tough to judge. So I think I'm gonna have to give it a. We'll give it an 8 out of 10. A part of me wishes that she came with the same body that Claire came with. Is just a basic plastic body with seams at the joints. So that's why it doesn't get a perfect 10. So, but yeah, it's still a good body, nonetheless. All right, so that takes care of the articulation. Now we're gonna move on to the next category. All right, so now we've made it to the category of outfit, and I gotta tell you guys, it is really nice. There are a lot of very close similarities with the custom PP Toys female agent outfit in this one. But overall, I think they did a lot better job than the PP Toys version. I guess we'll start out with the cocktail dress. Um, well, no, we're gonna start from the top going down to the bottom. So we're gonna start with her collar. Um, I have kit bashed this version, this Damtoys figure. So the collar is from the PP Toys female version. Yeah, the diamond is, I'm gonna say 100% accurate to how it looked like in the game. Because the Damtoys version, it was plastic and it was all black. This is actually made of cotton, and it's got the silver color on the diamond, which is exactly how it looked in the game. So that's why I swapped it out with the PP Toys collar. And then we move on down to her gun holster. I like it. The PP Toys version was made of a pleather material, whereas the Damtoys version, which is this one, is made of plastic, the straps and everything. The actual holster itself, too, it's all plastic. So yeah, that's nice. The reason I prefer this plastic version is because it will definitely last a long time, if not forever. So that's why I'm happy with it. And then we move on down to her cocktail dress. Really, really nice. I'd say it's pretty much the same as the PP Toys version. It's made of this velvety type material, so that's nice. And they got the wrinkles right and everything. Um, the only difference is that this is actually longer than the PP Toys version. The PP Toys version was way too short. Uh, it pretty much went like right up here. That's where it stopped. So, yeah, that I didn't like that. Uh, and then the same with the stockings. The stockings were way too short. They couldn't reach all the way over her butt, which was a problem. That's why I had to get custom ones. So, but these look really good. The Damtoys version. I'm really happy with them. So, and they did a good job in hiding the seams too. So you can still see them if you look hard enough, but uh, yeah, they did a pretty good job of hiding them. And then when we move on down to her high heels, her stilettos, uh, they did a really good job with them too. The PP Toys version, that's another thing that didn't fit. The feet, they were just too big. Um, but, you know, they did the job, but they were just a little bit too loose. And the other difference is, I don't know if I'll try to see if you can see it. Uh, on the soles, the bottom of the shoes, they got the color right. They're supposed to be like this red color underneath, or maybe more of a burgundy color. So that's accurate. That's how she's supposed to look in the game. The PP Toys shoes, they were just all black. They didn't have that. So I'm glad they got that right. But yeah. So we're going to talk now about uh we're going to talk about the her wristwear. So we'll start off with her left wrist. She's got the watch, which is really good. The only thing is that they didn't bother to paint it at all. There's like there's little details in there. Like I don't know if they're hands or something else, but uh, yeah, they just left it all black. This black plastic. I don't know if it's actually supposed to look like that in the game, but yeah. And then there's see-through portions and stuff, and then they didn't even bother to put like a plastic see-through cover over the face, like if it was supposed to be glass, you know. So I don't know if that's how it's supposed to look in the game, but if it is, yeah, they got it right. So, but I don't know. I do remember seeing the glass cover though, so I'm kind of disappointed that they didn't put that on the watch. So, but the bracelets, they did a real good job with those. I really love those. I'd say they're 100% accurate. And then when we move on to her right wrist, they gave us the it's what they use to access the nest in the ending of the game, the umbrella nest, which is where they had their laboratory where they created the G virus. So she does come with that, and it looks pretty good. And and then her ribbon on her cleavage is pretty good as well. It's just a plastic ribbon. I'm glad they made it plastic because if they made it cloth, then it would have been damaged and frayed. So, as you handle the figure and such, yeah, it would have started to fray and such because that's kind of the PP Toys version had that for the ribbon. It was made of cloth, like an actual ribbon, and I didn't like it because it had that problem where you could fray it by just like touching it, you know. So, but yeah. So now we're gonna talk about the trench coat, which you see here. And I gotta say that they got this almost 100% accurate. Um, they got the buttons down good, and it fits her real good too, just like how she's supposed to look in the game, with the little rings around her belt, and the buttons. The way you close it is it's got press studs for the buttons, and now the only problem I have with this trench coat, there's actually two things. One is that it's missing the blood stains that she had, like in the shoulder area around here. Um, because she did have that in the game, but it's a minor detail. It's I'm just nitpicking on that. But the other problem I have with this trench coat is that they got the knot on the wrong side of the trench coat. It's supposed to be on the left side over here. So yeah. Um, but other than that, it's great. It's a great trench coat. You are gonna have trouble trying to put this on her because of the silicone body. It is kind of a pain because it grips like really good onto the inner lining of the trench coat. So yeah, just take your time and be patient with it, and eventually you'll get it on. But yeah, other than that, it's a good trench coat. Um, and then they give you a scarf, which, to tell you the truth, it kind of sucked. Uh, I don't have it with me right now because I'm selling it along with the my custom Ada figure. But it's basically wired, and it goes around. Obviously, it goes around her neck. But they stitched it to where it's just a ring, and there's a little flap. So they put a wire through that, and I don't like the wire. because it's really tough to handle, and because it's kind of like this checkered pattern, and the squares, the pattern, are way too big. It kind of looks like a picnic table. I mean, a picnic table cloth. So it's not supposed to look like that. The pattern, the squares are supposed to be small, whereas the Damtoys scarf is just too big. So I decided to stick to the PP Toys version, which is this scarf. And it's an actual scarf, the way a real scarf would work. It's just cloth. And the pattern on it is exactly how the pattern is supposed to look on the video game. So it's 100% accurate. So I decided to stick with this scarf, which this figure does not come with. But it makes her look that much better, trust me. So those are pretty much the only two things that I swapped out from the Damtoys version. The collar and the scarf. So but yeah, and then also I guess you can count this as part of her outfit. The glasses, the sunglasses. They did an outstanding job with these sunglasses. I gotta tell you guys, they're great. So yeah, I love the way they look on her face. So it's great. It looks 100% accurate when they're on her. So yeah, with all that said, um, if you decide to buy this figure, uh, stock out of the box, those two problems with the collar and the scarf, I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. Because they could have done a lot better with that. Plus the watch, at least put a glass cover over it. Um, but yeah, that's what it's gonna get, an 8 out of 10. So yeah, now we're gonna move on to the next category. All right, so now we made it to the final category, which is accessories. And compared to the other Resident Evil 2 remake Damtoys figures, Claire and Leon, Ada doesn't really come with much. But we'll start off as usual with the hands. 9 hands, that's what we get, including the gloved ones. So, get one gloved trigger holding hand, or gun holding, and another hand for cupping the gun with the other hand, with the left hand, and 2 relaxed hands. You know, they're pretty nice. They do look like leather. Yeah, gloved hands. It's got that little button on the wrist, and you know, it's got the wrinkles and seam lines and stuff like that. So yeah, they're pretty good gloves. And then we move on to her bare hands. Got one gun holding hand for her right hand, and they're painted pretty good. The trigger hand and the cup holding hand, they look a lot like Claire Redfield's hands. The detail on the fingernails. They got that little white smudge on the nails. So that's pretty cool. But the only difference is that the gun holding hand and the club holding hand, they don't have long fingernails. They're cut short. Whereas the relaxed hands, which are on her right now, they have long fingernails. So that's kind of, I don't really like that, how it's not consistent throughout all of the hands, I should say. So, I think Damtoys dropped the ball on that. They should have given her long hands or long fingernails with all the hands. Uh, Moving on, we have her alternate bangs. So you would swap these on the head sculpt. Uh, if you were gonna put her sunglasses on, because these bangs would go around the sunglasses, whereas the bangs that are on her now, they hug her face. So yeah. And moving on, we have her EMF visualizer hacking tool. Uh, in the game, I believe she calls it a secret weapon, but it's not really a weapon at all. I don't understand why she would say that. Um, but yeah, she just runs around in the game, overloading ventilation fans with this device. So yeah. But yeah, it's real nice. It's got good detail and everything. You see the lens on there. Yeah, I like it. And then we also have her handgun. I don't have it out now. It's in her holster. So, but it is a Broom HC is what they call it on the video game, but in actuality, it's a Mauser HSC handgun. So yeah. Um, Compared to the other weapons that we got with Leon and Claire, I'd say this one is disappointing because it doesn't have much articulation. The clip comes out and you can cock the hammer back, but the slide doesn't slide at all. It's in a fixed position. So that kind of sucks. But yeah, moving on. We also get the M84 stun grenade. In the game, they call it a flash grenade, which, you can call it that in real life too. But the technical term or the technical name is a M84 stun grenade. So, and then we also get her FBI badge, which is pretty cool. It's made purely of plastic, and I think the badge itself, the ID card and the signature here, there are stickers placed on it. So yeah, pretty nice. And then moving on to my favorite accessories, the typewriter, which is awesome. I've been waiting to get a typewriter for my Resident Evil figures forever. and it's really nice. It's got good detail and everything. You can see the letters on the keys. The I don't know what you would call those. The stamping letters on the paper, and then the spot where the ink ribbon would go. Got those there, and then the paper, and then the brand, which is Lexington. I can't believe that you can actually read it. It's really nice. Manufactured in Lexington since 1958. That's what it says. So yeah. And the only thing I wish is that I wish that it had some writing on the paper. Like, I ran into a rookie cop. I don't know, whatever. Like, may prove useful later on. I'm surprised that he has survived this long. Uh, and then, whatever date it was during that time, I believe it was like October 1998. So if it would have had writing something like that, that would have been awesome. But yeah, I don't like that it's just blank like that. And then we also got another logo right here on the typewriter, Umbrella Corporation. Yeah, I really love this typewriter. It's awesome. And then we have the ink ribbon for typewriters, Royal Type. That's what it says on it. It's awesome. So that's going to look real nice on my display shelf along with the rest of the cast. And then we got your basic stand for all the Damtoys Resident Evil figures, just a rectangular shape with the name print on it. But I did switch out the crotch grabber for a waist grabber because she's wearing a dress, so you can't really have her crotch grabber go fit in that area of the dress. So it's better to have a waist grabber. And then finally we have the backdrop, which is pretty cool. I like it. It's where Ada makes her first appearance in the game. So but it's 10 times better than what the classic Claire Redfield version came with. It's just a little square of an image and the rest is like black. So yeah, I like it. But yeah, that's about it for the accessories. She doesn't come with this radio. This is from the Damtoys Claire Redfield figure. It would have been nice if she came with a radio of her own. But can't really think of anything else that she could have come with. Everything else I mentioned on the outfit section, like her trench coat, the scarf, the umbrella nest bracelet, and the sunglasses. So in terms of weapons, you can't really give her much because in the game she didn't really use much other than her handgun and the flashbang grenade, obviously. I guess she could have come with first aid spray too, just like Leon and Claire did. I also forgot to mention that she comes with a box of 9mm bullets. So yeah, maximum standard handgun hunting ammunition. So yeah, your standard ammo for the game. Uh, but yeah, like I said, that's everything she comes with. But I'd say that it's a good amount of things. So I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. So yeah. Um, the reason it gets a 9 is because, like I said before, the typewriter doesn't have any writing on it. It would have been awesome if it did. So yeah. But yeah, that's it for the accessories, guys. And now we're gonna move on. We're gonna add up the score and wrap up this review. All right, so to wrap up this review and add up the score, you guys, this figure gets a 53 out of 60. Pretty good score, I'd say. And all of the scores are pretty even too. Nothing really higher or lower than comparing all the categories. So yeah, I really recommend this figure. It's really good, and I mean that is if you have a problem with Feisen bodies or TB League bodies, because I know not everybody likes the silicone bodies. So if that's a problem for you, then this figure isn't for you. But otherwise, I'd say yes, go for it. But here she is standing next to Leon and Claire. So yeah, finally got the cast all together. And just to show you guys the what I was talking about earlier, her butt being so big. Now you can finally see for yourself. So I can't remember if she was like this or not in the game. I guess she was. I mean, if they made this body this way. So, but yeah, I never noticed. But anyway, guys, that's another review done and in the bag. And if you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing. But until next time, guys, I shall catch you all later on the tube. Alright, bye, guys.